I'll talk on behalf of my wife as well, as she's lost her relatives in the rubble. It's devastating. The situation in Turkey at the moment is people are out on the streets and it's cold, it's raining, it's snowing, and they've got nowhere to go. Unfortunately, there are thousands of people that are still unheard of. So the government itself in Turkey is trying to assist where they can, but with the magnitude of the earthquake, it is impossible to get to everyone at once. So I suppose they're probably prioritising it. And my wife she's lost her cousin and the two siblings, and in the rubble that they've deceased, and we're trying to get in contact in Turkey with anyone that we can and see if everyone else is okay.
Memet, I'm very sorry to hear that for both of you. How are you able to try and get information, given that so many of the systems, of course, collapse when such a widespread area has been hit?
Well, the communication that we have is just only by telephone, and that's the only form of communication. Unfortunately, there are provinces that are still, they don't have communication, so there are areas of Turkey that are still not being reached. So therefore, we don't actually know the impact of the earthquake in those areas, especially in the little towns. So only time will tell, and it's increasing hour by hour with the amount of people that have been lost.
And have you been able to get in touch or know about other family members and how they are? I understand that you've got some family members who've spent the night in their car.
Yes, basically my brother-in-law and his children, and what they've done is they've spent their time on the street, and they're in their car. That's the only way they could stay warm. But there are hundreds of thousands of people in the province of the Antep, Adıyaman, and all those areas that are all on the streets, and it's snowing there at the moment as well, which actually makes it harder for them all to keep warm, and they need help. As to how we can help them, it's anyone's guess.
I was going to ask that it's so challenging, and we're seeing pictures at the moment of other buildings coming down. One of the fears, of course, is the ongoing aftershocks, which can last for days.
It's true. There are buildings that are cracked and that haven't actually collapsed, and as soon as an aftershock comes in where it's standing upright, it just crumbles, and you can't go back to your apartments or your houses because it's very unstable. So that's the.
Memet and Julia, we're thinking of you, and thank you for speaking to us at this challenging and sad moment for your family. I appreciate you sharing that news with us.
Thank you, Lisa.